So this is going to be my analysis for Ivan. We're going to work through, identify goals that he conceded, chances that he conceded, and chances that he created that should have been goals. We'll also have a look at a little bit of data just to give you a little bit of context on why you lost this game, even though it might have felt like it was fruitless at the start. So it's good passing, moves out wide, that's a great ball. And then here, this ball here is what causes you to concede. So you're looking to play this pass, it actually goes like this. And obviously this defender comes in and cuts at that point there. Now, first of all, let me find that. You're not in any major danger. Just go here. If you look at this player here, you've got this whole right? So he's not got you under any pressure. First of all, I don't think you need to particularly be playing the ball, Ivan. But also, if you can see here, you've actually got this run that's occurring. Got this ball down here. So we don't need to lose possession. We either, number one, hold on to the ball. Number two, make this pass. But what you can do is if you took Alaba and if you face him inwards, so instead of being straight on, he's like this, at this angle, this pass goes through. Or, number three, we make this play down here, that ball there, and then I can't remember who the striker is, but he makes his way through, crosses the ball in, we have a chance on goal. But we don't, so we lose possession. And then, so we're in this situation. This is why possession loss is so important, and maintaining possession, which we're going to talk about later. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4 players there. And for you, we've got, oh God. This is why I wanted some practice. You've got 1, 2, 3 for you, and you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 for you. You've got this guy here for you, but he's behind the play, and obviously Sid moves this ball really quickly. So you're in a pretty rough spot already. So now it's about consolidation and backing up, to be honest. Now it's about moving backwards away from the play. This is what you should be doing here, because you want to be sort of containing the guy on the ball. You want to be stopping, positioning yourself in a sort of like a receding line. So you want to be moving backwards like that, as long as this guy moves that way. But he makes the play. He makes a pass, which I think is a poor pass. And I don't know, again, I'm going to treat this game like we're in perfect conditions because I don't know the conditions, and you've sent me this to record. But you should be reacting quicker and getting that ball out, or going back to your keeper. You need to do one of those options, because you actually just dribble back into him, lose possession, and then you're trying to scramble. Stones isn't as quick as Mbappe, and he makes a good finish. Just a little side note. Again, this is something that you're going to have to incorporate into your game at some point. But keeper movement here, as Sid gets through, if you click your right analog stick in and hold down on the right analog stick, just at the point he's about to shoot, your keeper will take a step, and he'll more than likely save the shot that's coming over into this corner here. So we had a couple of things that we could have done. We're actually in a fairly decent spot. Let me get your colour. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're in a 5v4 right now. Everybody's picked up, and you've got a double mark on Mbappe. So what happens? I don't know. You shouldn't be moving forwards here, Ivan. What you should be doing, again, this is just that contained defending. You should be. Go previous frame by any chance. Let me rewind it. So we lose possession twice. And then we're in this 5v4. So if I get your colour, you shouldn't be looking to move forwards. What you should be looking to do, and again, is this contained defending. While he's looking to move forwards, you need to be jockeying backwards. And I'm looking for a moment to strike. Instead, I don't know what happens, but you end up moving past him. Which then leaves you in a 4v4. So he makes the pass into here, makes the pass into there. Which is, that's good passing by him. But now, we're in a good spot. We're in this area here, look. It's a 3v2. This guy's picking this run, so you're absolutely fine on that run. He makes the dummy. That's a really nice play by him. That's a really nice play by him. You make the switch. But, so... Let me explain. So this run's coming through. This is his only option, right? There is no other threat right now. That is his only option. There's nothing else that's going to happen on the ball. He can go sort of sideways. We've actually got a little box formed around him right now. So he's in a pretty tough spot. All you have to do is with Alaba is track this run. Just cut this run off as he's trying to make it. Just follow this run. But you move Alaba out of the way of the play. He gets the through ball and he scores. So we'll just let that run through. So, goes to the keeper, play it out, go here, into there, that's lovely. Now, you're making this pass, here. That pass. You've got this pass here, which is completely and utterly open. Now, if I show you where the nearest person is on that guy, there he is. So if I draw a circle, that's how much space you've got to work in there. Play that ball. Just get it into that space there. This pass here is super dangerous. You should never really be passing sideways whilst there's a man right there. And also this guy here. Because this guy here can also move in and pressure the ball. And this is a no-go. So you should be, like, it's just pass selection, but this pass here should be 100% pass. So we lose possession, which just turns the goal over. There's nothing you can, it's just a simple case of possession loss. East corner comes in, ball goes scrambling. So we make our way out. Good dribbling by him. Okay. So the main thing that happens here that's incorrect in my opinion is what you do with this player here. Now, the ball's bobbling out and the ball has gone like this, right? Now, you take an angle like that. What you should be doing, and the most defensive play you can make, is to take this angle here. Because you want to position yourself in sort of an arc like there. That's as a defender where you want to be. Because if he's going backwards, it's fine. You want to be protecting the ball from coming back this way. You play your positioning. See, you're looking to intercept the ball down the line. But that's his own goal. Now, if he's going back there, it is what it is. He's retaining possession. You have to be so like, this should be your #1 priority. Down here should be your #1 priority because this is the most dangerous. You have to consider the game on threat level, right? You have to consider the game on threat level. This, no threat. Maybe this is threat. Maybe these two are threats. But backwards is no threat. Forwards, which is what he does, is threat because we actually don't have any cover at all in this area. So that is the area in which he wants to play the ball, which is what you have to identify. Where would I want to go if I was him? And I'd be wanting to move into this area here, which is exactly what he does. He makes a good cross to the back post and he scores. So just player positioning. If you look, and this isn't meant to be super critical, in no world should you be here and he be there. There's no world in which that should happen. So he does a rainbow flick. He's pretty cocky. It's good play. Just a little final side note as well. a little final side note. As he does this rainbow flick, it's tough. But you should, in theory, you should be switching to this guy and putting pressure on the ball. Because Perisic is doing nothing. Perisic is doing absolutely nothing right now. There. This is where you should be on this guy and you should be cutting here. Because again, you've got Perisic who's dealing with this angle. You should be dealing with this angle. And then he's got very little area to move. But we let him dribble. We switch too late. He crosses back post. It's a good header. So that's all the goals conceded. So we'll move on now to clear chances, which I believe should have resulted. We actually have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 clear chances. I'm going to cover 3 of them. I'm just going to choose them at random. But just know that there were 7 clear chances in this game, which I think should have resulted in a goal, or at the very least a shot on goal, and they didn't. So this is our first chance that we have. So we move the ball well. We move the ball fantastically. And we get a shot on goal. And you could be thinking, great, shot on goal, good work. But there's a better option. And this is what you have to be like in games. So as you get the ball here, we got James it's actually Goretzka. Fantastic. That's even better. So you've got Goretzka. And you actually have, I don't know which player this is. I actually don't know them. But he is making this run. He is making a pretty fantastic run here. And this guy is actually covering like that. So we have time now where what you could do is let me push it forward one more frame. There. You should be looking to chip this into the back post. And this guy should be looking to meet it and then head it in. Now, this is a percentage game. You take a shot and you don't score. What I'm saying is, I think the LB and X, which, so the LB plus X, that cross into the back post, I think has a higher percentage chance than this shot across goal because power shots this FIFA aren't very good. You could chip this right now into this area here, and you could be tapping that in my opinion. So that was number 1. This is your first opportunity to be first-time finessing. This is something you need to add into your game. Because I didn't see a single first-time finesse all game. And it's very, very powerful. So, you look at this player's position. This player's position is completely side-on. He's at a right angle to the goal. He's at a beautiful right angle. You should be looking to finesse this into this corner here. We actually get a second opportunity. So, you drop it back. That's not bad. I don't hate that. Recycling possession is always good. So you drop it back into Goretzka. You go again. Again, this player. This is what you need to identify if you want to be moving up to the next level. This player's at a perfect angle to be first time finessing it into this corner. That's the setup that you need. You need to be straight onto the goal and you need to be looking to finesse it first time. Green timed finesse out that way. Not wide, as I've clearly marked there. But you play it again, which is fine. Again, this ball's coming in, not quite at the same angle, but this player's at a sort of close to perpendicular angle. You need to be first time finessing this around the keeper. Boom. So that's 3 chances you had to take a shot, and you don't. And then as the ball comes in, we just lose possession because we've overplayed it. You need to be releasing that shot quicker. That shot needs to go quicker. That's 86th minute. That's a game-changing goal if we score. The final chance of the game. So we're 1-10 in. We're losing the game, but if we score this, we've got 9 minutes to make this game really tense. So you play the ball, that's lovely. Get the ball in. You've got this double runner, which is fantastic. You even choose the right option because if you see, and this is just for yourself, this guy is trying to cover this run, right? So you played the exact right ball, played it through there. Perfect. So we go in. Now for me, you don't need to play this ball yet. For me, you don't need to play this ball yet. And you might disagree with me, but I don't think you need to play this ball. You should be pushing this with the right analog stick and you should be running, right? Because right now, this guy still has this ball covered here. This guy's still got this covered. He's ahead of this player here. I don't know who this player is, but he's ahead of him. So we need to be trying to set up the play a little bit more. Because Now, it makes it look closer because Marcelo actually catches him as you play the ball. If you take a big right analog stick touch, Ferdinand comes over, you tap this into the goal. But the ball's too difficult. You have to understand your own players as well, right? Your own Werner is not making this pass. Unfortunately, it's just a disappointing feature in the game. Sometimes Werner can't pass. So you need to be looking to either make an easier pass or take a shot himself. You should be looking to make this chance correct. You should be looking to drive down here and then look for this simple pass and then a tap in. So that's all the clear chances. Now we move to chances that I think should have been a goal for Sid that we could have done better with. So we get the ball. Very, very normal situation. I changed to green for this. You've got your two DMs. You've got your back four set up. Beautiful. I like it. Alaba can come and cover this. This guy's got this guy. You've got this guy. We've got an extra man over. We can cover. We're in a really good spot. So he plays the ball. Now you dragged, so 2 times there. I'm going to show you some little micro movements that cause chances. So we're in a good spot. So we were on Rodriguez. We switch over to Boateng and we push out. So Boateng leaves the back line. So you're then with a back 3. So you push Boateng out, and then we switch back to Rodriguez. So Boateng's now left his man, but he's still in a half decent spot. You then move Rodriguez. I don't know what happened, but you move him here. Obviously should be covering this angle. And then we drag Boateng out again. We grab Boateng and we're charging Boateng forwards, which in my opinion is just not the correct play. You should be on Rodriguez, either trying to make it back. You should switch to this guy, try and make it back. You should switch to this guy, try and cut in. You should be consolidating now. You should be trying to squeeze the space, leaving Boateng alone. Boateng, you're in a 4v2 right now, so this is your only threat. Just play that because that's a bit confusing. This is your only threat right now, so you should be looking to put pressure here. And then once he gets closer to the box, once he gets into a point where he's sort of over this line here, that's when you should be looking to deal with him. But right now, you don't need to be dealing with him. And you drag Boateng out. And Boateng sits back in, which is nice. Again, he dribbles around you. That's just positionally. You don't. This is just not a good position. You need to be here. You look on the pitch at any point. You look. This area is covered because you've got this guy. This area is covered. You've got this guy. There's only one space that you need to occupy, and then he needs to do something else. But this space that you're occupying now is pretty pointless, to be honest. So he makes his way through. We make it back. He does a rainbow flick, and he hits it. So once he gets into this spot here, when you see a skill like that, because it's such a large animation, and this is the skills in general, and as someone who does skills quite a lot, I know, this animation's huge. If you look where the ball's going to land, that's all that space that he needs to cover. Now, what you need to be doing, as soon as you see that skill come out, is grabbing this guy, or grabbing this guy, and hard pressing that area. Because you can tell, you've already been told where the ball's going to end up. The ball's going to end up here. So you need to be boom, 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 piling that area. Don't let him, because Neymar's fantastic, and Neymar on a volley is super dangerous. So pile that area, and we stop the chance. So 15-50, 2-2, 87th minute. I think he should score. So he's driving. You cover him well. You're holding in defence. We get unlucky. I think he should score there. So as he moves into this pocket, if you look, we haven't got anybody to threaten Alaba right now. Alaba is just a free man. He can do what he wants. Because you've got Boateng here, you've got this guy here, this guy here, this guy here. This guy's picking up. So Alaba's your free man. Okay? So Alaba is the man you should be controlling, and you should be piling onto him. Because you don't need to do anything else with him. Alaba can just do what he wants. And right now, he should be piling into the ball. Boateng's covering. So I would be, if I was you, switching onto Alaba. and I would be piling into the ball. You switch, and then you retreat, and we're behind the play now. We're behind the play because we're behind it because we've got this guy. So the ball's actually like missed us right now. So he plays the ball. We get unlucky, but then it's just about being active. You should, in my opinion, be switching to this guy, and you should be looking to cover because Rodriguez is doing nothing right now, and we're in that scary sort of final area here. So you should be switching to whoever your right back is and trying to desperately cut back because, again, just from if you can pause the game, I know you can't in the game, but if you look at this play right here, there's only one thing that you can do. You can either, well, two. You can either dribble forwards or we can play this pass. This guy's doing nothing. This guy's doing nothing. This guy's doing nothing. These three are done. So there's only literally one play that you can make. So identifying that play that you can make and cutting it is what's important. So here, again, same situation. We've been in this a couple of times now. We've got a back four, and we've got one of our DMs here. Great. He plays the ball through, and he should score. Now, what can we do differently? As he gets the ball in here, he's got one option, right? This is what we talk about. This one's going to become an option. This one will become an option eventually, but we don't need to be scared about that one. This one is your only option. So what you should be doing, either controlling Boateng. I would be controlling Boateng, and I would be moving here. And I would be looking to either move in, if you want to be aggressive, or take Boateng and do our receding feature, move backwards, and just hold the line. You're on Stones right now, and Stones, you're looking to pressure the ball, but as soon as you put pressure here, you sort of, as you put pressure, they move the pressure away from. So he's looking to move the pressure away. The perfect position to move the pressure away is here into Neymar's path. So you should be looking for Boateng to move and cut. We don't, and he gets lucky on the tackle. But again, as this play plays through, he's only got one option. Again, this Ben Yedder ball may be an option. He's not going to play it. You should be on Boateng, and you should be covering this guy here. Don't let this guy get through because he's his only threat. There, look. You see, this is the dangerous. Boateng's at a standstill. Neymar's at a full sprint. So he gets through. Sid should do better. He should be finessing that round you. And we actually end up getting away with it. So just as a final point as well, Ivan, just so you can leave away with something. These are the notes that I went through, and this is how I sort of broke down the game. So if you're looking to do it yourself, this is what you should be doing. So I tagged your goals conceded. I tagged the clear chances for you, clear chances that you could have conceded, and then possession transfer of what happened on every possession that you had. Now, just to make a real massive point to you, and this isn't meant as a criticism. This is just meant for you to move forwards. Of all your possessions, we had the possession 35 times. We had 7 successful, 28 unsuccessful possessions. So you had 1/5 of all your possessions were successful and 4/5 were unsuccessful. You actually made poor passes, as in a pass that resulted in a possession transfer. 21 times of your 35 possessions were lost because of poor passes. So really tighten up that passing. Passing is crucial to your game, it seems. And losing possession off a pass, that's your fault. That's my fault if I'm losing possession on a pass. If they're tackling me, it's different. If I'm having a shot, it's different. But losing possession from selecting a poor pass is something you have to get rid of, especially 21 times during a game. So just to let you know about that.